I'm watching as people are attending, and there are FM distributors who have registered for this webinar, and they're coming in now from North America, from Europe, Africa, Asia, the Far East, and Australia and New Zealand. So welcome to everybody. I hope you're going to enjoy this presentation. I hope you're going to be as excited about this as I am and my team are, because we've had already getting great success from what you're going to be seeing. Okay, since September 2010, I've been working on a system which I know will change the way you and your teams will build your businesses in the future. And I've called this system Color My Perfume. And I'm going to show you, firstly, how to change your mindset about who we are and what we do, and secondly, another way of recommending to our customers which fragrances to select. Guys, I believe FM Group have the best collection of perfumes in the world, and I'm sure you agree with me too. I believe FM Group have a fabulous team of designers when it comes to bottle and packaging presentation. I believe FM Group have the best perfume prices in the world, and again, I'm sure you agree with me too. And I believe in FM, and I know you guys too, because you're all online watching this because you want to increase your business. So I want to ask you some questions. Firstly, let me ask you, when you go to a specific manufacturer's perfume counter in a departmental store, do their demonstrators ask you, which brand do you normally buy? No, of course not. Because they have been taught not to mention other companies' perfumes, because it might put an idea into your head and you may go to another counter to try someone else's perfume. They may tell you that our product X is very popular, or ask you, have you tried our latest product, it's really going very well, etc. So we need to change our mindset, and we must have the confidence and belief in our FM company to really know that Federico Moreira fragrances are on par with, if not even better than, every other top brand in the world. We need to show customers that our high-quality Federico Moreira fragrances are priced correctly, and that other companies have much higher prices because they build into the cost of advertising, celebrity endorsements, store demonstrators, and expensive packaging, which we don't. We must become perfume consultants for Federico Moreira. Okay, and here's your badge to prove it. You can actually make a badge like this, put your name on it, and underneath it, put perfume consultant. Because when we're talking to customers, that's exactly what we are. We are a perfume consultant. If we're talking to somebody about our business opportunity, we are independent distributors. But for this exercise, we are perfume consultants. And as perfume consultants, we must look professional, we must act professionally, we must talk as professionals, and most importantly, we must feel we are professionals. And hopefully what I'm going to show you now will make you feel like a professional. Talk as if you've been chosen by FM to be the chief perfume consultant for the FM perfume counter in the most famous store in your country. So for us in the UK, that would probably be the very famous store called Harrods. So as the chief perfume consultant for FM at Harrods, you would be expected to give professional advice, you would be expected to take your time, and you would be expected to make the customer feel very, very special. And to do that, there are things we should be saying, and there should be things that we should not be saying. And here are some examples of what not to say in future. What perfume do you usually wear? What type of perfume do you like? Do you like perfumes like Gucci Rush, Be Delicious, Chanel No. 5? Or who is your favorite perfume designer? These are examples of what not to say in future. So what's wrong with these questions? Well, these questions allow the names of other perfumes and other perfume manufacturers to come into our conversation. When we ask these questions, we are not talking solely about FM perfumes, which is what we should be doing. So when you're asked, what do you do for a living? And you answer, for example, I am a perfume consultant for Federico Mahora, you may be asked, wow, do you do XYZ perfume? And most of us have had this asked of us many, many times. And we all have different ways of answering that. But what we should all be saying is something like, I don't know what that perfume smells like, but we have over 145 perfumes, eau de parfum and eau de toilette products in our collection, and we have something to suit absolutely everyone. By the way, our very exclusive and inexpensive products are not available in departmental stores or perfume shops. Would you like to sample some? Now, when they agree to sample our products, we have various tools we can use to help them find the perfumes they will like. Now, currently, we use the following tools. Now, some of these are open to everybody in the world, and some of these are only available in the UK. So please excuse me for talking about the things I do know about, which are the UK tools. Firstly, we have the comparison tables in the back of our catalogues, which is the same in all countries. Now, the upside of this is that it breaks down the perfumes into their fragrance families and also shows the layering products. But the downside is customers have not got a clue what this means. I mean, you only have to send a catalogue to a customer, and when they look at the back page and they see things like Chypre and Fougère, it's going to mean absolutely nothing to them. Now, we also use in the UK the fragrance wheels. We have two that we use, one which was produced by an independent distributor called Svetlana and another by Diana. The upside is that it helps us to categorize the perfumes, and here you can see there's 14 different colors here, and around it you've got all the perfumes, and that's great. But the downside was that the categories that are being used don't tie up with the catalog. So it makes it very confusing for both the distributor and also for the customer. We have in the UK a newly launched tool called the horoscope wheel. The upside of it is a great fun way of starting an introduction to FM, either at parties or as a talking point. And what this is, you have an inner wheel here which you turn to your star sign, and when you get there, mine was Gemini. I went down there and I can see at the bottom left hand corner it's telling me to try in blue the ones for the men and in red the ones for the women. The downside of this is that not everyone is into astrology, but then this is a fun thing, so that's okay. But the problem is that the numbers have already been chosen for them. So because I am a Gemini, they have already chosen numbers for me. We have in previous catalogues, there was a section in the catalogue called Choose Your Fragrances. Now, the upside of this was it was a real fun way for people to look at themselves. So they could say they're either sporty or they're trendy or they're businesslike. It was a great fun way of looking at themselves. But the downside was, number one, it was difficult to read. And again, the numbers have already been chosen for them. If anybody wants to look at these, I actually have readable copies which you can download from my website, which you'll see later on. From an even earlier catalogue, there was a section there called Getting to Know Yourself Better Questionnaire. The upside, again, it was a fun way for people to look at themselves, and I know a lot of people have been using this in the UK, but the downside of it was it doesn't really give the right answers back to you, because asking people how many handbags and shoes, etc. they have doesn't really qualify for selecting a perfume. And then a great tool is experience with knowledge. And the upside of that is that once you do have experience with knowledge, it's going to give you great confidence to recommend correctly because you understand the perfumes and you understand the market. The downside of it is that it's not duplicatable because new distributors don't have experience with knowledge. Now, all of the tools that I've mentioned are excellent, and I'm sure around the world there are many, many other tools that you're using, and they are all excellent too. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to show you another tool that you can use for your business. And I've called this one Color My Perfume. So when do you use the Color My Perfume system? Well, you can use it at any time at all. When you are actually with customers, or if you're at an FM party, if you're doing one-on-ones, you can even use it when you're sending samples by post. So first I'm going to show you how it works, and then I'm going to show you how to use it. So how it works. In the women's section of the comparative tables in the back of our catalogue, there are 6 fragrance family categories. There's floral, citrus, oriental, wood, chypre and fruit. We have selected 9 perfumes, each to represent one of the 6 fragrance family categories. And I'll explain why we have 9 perfumes. But I must mention here that my sponsor, Roy Strong, who has great experience in the perfume industry, helped select the representative perfumes that you're going to see in a moment. Now, because there are a lot of perfumes in the floral category, we have divided this into 3 subgroups. And because there are a lot of perfumes in the oriental category, we have divided this into 2 subgroups. To make this look easier now, okay. So floral, for floral 1, fruit. For floral 2, oriental. And for floral 3, we've combined water, green, aldehyde, citrus, wood and floral. And then you look down, you can see oriental. We have oriental 1, which is the floral and the fruit. And we have oriental 2, which is the wood, the spicy and the ambergris. Now, if you look on the right-hand side of the table, you'll see a column that says representative FM perfume number. Now, the above numbers were selected because they best represent that group. They were not selected because they were necessarily the biggest sellers in that group. So here for floral 1 fruit, we have selected 10. Now 10 is in the middle of the group. It's neither too much to the left or to the right. It truly represents that group. And that's what we've done with all of the numbers there. We also have a similar selection made for the men's group. Now, to go along with that, I have produced a color chart. Each fragrance family and each fragrance subfamily has been given its own color code for easy recognition. And color codes are also available for the men's collection. So here you can see on floral 1 fruit, we have dark green. Floral 2 oriental, we have a striped green, and floral 3, we have a mottled green. Now, I have had produced colored labels to go around each of the sample bottles to show which category they are in. Now, these labels should be applied at the very top of each bottle. And you can see here bottles 18, 23, and 97 all have different color labels on the top of their bottles. So that when you open your sample kit, customers will see immediately which perfumes they should be trying just by recognizing the color group. And this is a close-up of what is in my kit at the moment. Now, this is how attractive your sample kit will now look when it's complete. It looks very effective.